but for my own eye, I like it best when they look a little bit more real.
Meghan Markle's major row with Vogue magazine, and this time she's taken on the Queen. No, not that Queen, the Queen of Fashion, Anna Wintour herself.
I want to take a picture. Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture.
We've heard even today how many times that she shouts at people and tells them off and gets very angry. Well, she does shout and scream at Harry.
Now, this is a spicy one. Imagine the dazzling chaos of Paris Fashion Week, the heartbeat of high fashion, where every outfit screams a statement and every stare holds power. The flash of cameras, the sparkle of champagne, and stars flaunting their fame, all eyes turn as Meghan Markle steps in, determined to reclaim her It Girl crown.
And she was absolutely ignoring her. Like, Meghan does not exist. You see that Meghan was going, what kind of face is that? Let me see if I can.
But Meghan had no idea she was about to come face to face with fashion's ultimate powerhouse, Anna Wintour herself. When those two forces met backstage, the air practically cracked with tension. It all began the moment Meghan made her grand entrance at the venue for Balmain's much-anticipated Paris show.
Firstly, the cheek of Meghan Markle to think that she can boss Anna Wintour around, to think that she's more important than all of these other stars who they already had lined up.
She wasn't there just to sit and watch the show. Oh no, Meghan came to own the spotlight. Insiders reveal she arrived fashionably late, draped in a sharp white suit and oversized shades that shouted confidence. Her entire look seemed to say, yes, I'm back, and I know the cameras are watching. And of course, her team made sure every paparazzi got those perfect, flattering angles. But the problem? This wasn't a red carpet. This was Anna Wintour's kingdom.
The people do actually, in the end, show what they're really like. And she thinks she's the most important woman in the globe.
In Anna's world, timing isn't just important, it's sacred. Anyone who follows fashion knows that Anna Wintour has zero patience for chaos. The legendary Vogue editor-in-chief, famous for her icy calm and iron grip on the fashion elite, never allows surprises. The front row is her personal chessboard. Every seat a power move carefully planned weeks ahead. So when Meghan's team started bustling backstage, interrupting fittings and surrounding stylists with flashing cameras, let's just say the room froze and more than a few eyebrows shot up.
So awkward. But fans are slamming Meghan for this, calling her the Duchess of Hypocrisy.
An insider from the show told Page Six, it was tense. Meghan walked in like she was the star of the night. But Anna wasn't impressed. You could practically feel the temperature in the room plummet. Picture it, the hum of hair dryers, models zipping dresses, stylists rushing around, and then sudden silence. Heads turned, whispers spread, and Meghan's arrival wasn't exactly celebrated. It was merely tolerated, and barely at that.
So, pushing aside everyone else, she thought that she would get in touch with the most important woman there could be in fashion and tell her who she was, and she would know immediately that she had to, stop everything else and let her have what she wanted.
And then came Anna. Yes, Anna Wintour herself glided into the backstage chaos like a commander inspecting her army, still wearing her signature sunglasses indoors because, of course, she did. Witnesses said she didn't even need to say a word. Her presence alone spoke volumes. The tension thickened until it felt like everyone forgot to breathe.
Media aren't telling you the truth about what happened at...
The atmosphere? Absolutely ice cold. Witnesses say Anna gave Meghan a quick, surgical once-over, that famous Vogue look that silently says, I'm judging you, and you probably shouldn't be here. Meghan, trying to keep her cool, reportedly smiled and reached out to greet her. But Anna, she didn't even slow down. One insider told the Daily Mail, Anna nodded politely but didn't engage. It was harsh, like watching someone walk straight into an invisible wall they never saw coming. Meghan's no stranger to attention. In fact, she thrives on it. But when you're standing toe-to-toe with the fashion world's high priestess, that Hollywood charm doesn't always work its magic. Because here's the truth, Anna Wintour isn't Hollywood.
Was heckled on stage. She was laughed at on stage.
Anna isn't just influence, she's power, precision, and decades of unshakable loyalty in a world that eats tryhards alive. And that's exactly how Meghan was being viewed, as someone pushing a little too hard to fit in. But the tension didn't end there, it was only getting started. Sources revealed that Meghan's PR team had demanded prime seats, preferably front row beside Anna or Kim Kardashian. But Balmain's organizers were cautious, to say the least. One fashion journalist at the show whispered, "There was a struggle behind the scenes." Meghan's team kept pressing for a better spot, but Anna had already signed off on the seating chart, and no one, absolutely no one, dares to change Anna Wintour's seating plan. Oof.
About both her brand and her life was complete balderdash. And what's so astonishing about this is it wasn't even a big audience. I mean, look at this.
So when Meghan was finally guided to her seat, not beside Anna or Kim, but several rows back, the cameras didn't miss a thing. That tight smile, the flash of irritation, and that carefully practiced, "I'm totally fine" expression she's perfected over the years. It all told another story. But let's be real, she was anything but fine. Multiple attendees confirmed she looked frustrated, constantly checking her phone and whispering sharply to her aide. Soon, the backstage buzz spread fast. Stylists, editors, and influencers all murmuring the same thing. Meghan had pushed too far. The word going around, Meghan had overplayed her hand, and everyone saw it.
But as Meghan Markle pointed out, you can hear the audience laughing.
Because while Meghan was busy trying to make headlines, Anna was making power moves behind the scenes. Backstage, Wintour reportedly said something to her assistant that sent shockwaves through the entire fashion crowd. A source close to Vogue revealed Anna's exact words, quote, "This isn't Hollywood, it's fashion. We reward authenticity, not ambition." Mic drop. Those words spread faster than a cloud of perfume in a packed dressing room. Within minutes, whispers of a brewing feud between the Duchess and the Devil Wears Prada herself started swirling through the press, and the ultimate twist, Meghan had once tried to align herself with Anna's elite fashion circle, but now she was on the outside looking in.
Who wrote, "Look at the millions of people that showed up for Meghan Markle's event with empty."
Remember when Meghan launched her lifestyle brand? The entire vibe was pure Vogue light, neutral tones, sleek minimalism, and that soft blend of luxury and empowerment. She even tried to pitch herself for a Vogue feature, hoping for a grand reintroduction as a modern style icon. But insiders claim Anna wasn't interested. One source revealed Vogue already gave her the cover back in 2019 when she was still a working royal. Anna believed that was more than enough. She's not known for offering second chances, especially to those who traded royal duty for social media spotlight. And that's where things start to really heat up. Meghan's Paris Fashion Week appearance wasn't just about couture or glamour, it was strategy. A move to step back into the exclusive circle she believes still belongs to her.
The audience start guffawing. They start laughing. Because the claims are so fantastical.
The problem? That exclusive circle comes with strict, unspoken rules, and rule number 1 is simple. You never challenge Anna Wintour. By the middle of the show, the tension was impossible to ignore. Anna and Meghan didn't exchange another word. Cameras caught Anna laughing effortlessly with Naomi Campbell and chatting with Balmain's creative genius, Olivier Rousteing, while Meghan sat stiffly, her face composed but strained, pretending to scroll through her phone. And when the show wrapped up, the difference was striking. Anna made a swift, commanding exit, flanked by her loyal team, while Meghan lingered behind, clearly waiting for a picture-perfect moment that never arrived. The photographer's lenses were locked on Anna, Kim, and Naomi, leaving Meghan on the sidelines of the very world she was trying to conquer.
And she has to listen to that before heading out on stage, knowing that she has a hostile audience because of her lies.
Meghan? She was barely a blip in the background. Ouch. Fashion insiders later described the moment as a brutal reality check, a reminder that Hollywood glamour doesn't automatically make you fashion royalty. One stylist summed it up perfectly. Anna doesn't do influencers, she does icons. And Meghan? She hasn't earned that crown yet? When word of the icy backstage exchange hit the press, the internet exploded. Comments poured in, ranging from Anna put her in her place to Meghan met her match. Memes took over social media, pairing Anna's legendary stare with captions like, "The Queen of Fashion meets the Duchess of Delusion. It was pure viral chaos." And if you thought Meghan's team was about to stay silent through all that noise, think again. They were ready to clap back and control the narrative with style and precision.
How are you protecting children when you are promoting a brand that was accused of inappropriate behavior towards them?
The next morning, a so-called insider close to Meghan told People magazine that she had a lovely time and enjoyed great conversations with fashion leaders backstage. But let's be real, no one was buying it. The clips, the witnesses, the entire vibe screamed one thing: damage control. Because behind that polished PR spin, Meghan was reportedly furious. One source claimed she felt embarrassed and completely blindsided by how the night unfolded. She had arrived expecting red carpet treatment and elite attention, but instead, she was treated like just another star, desperate to stay in the spotlight. For someone who's used to center stage, that kind of snub must have stung. The worst part? Balmain's official Instagram recap didn't even tag her. They tagged Anna, Kim, and even Serena Williams, but not Meghan. For someone who thrives on brand association and visibility, that silence hit like a public slap. One Paris fashion journalist summed it up perfectly. That's when you know it's over. Because in the world of high fashion, if Anna Wintour shuts the door on you, it's not just closed, it's locked tight. And once you're frozen out by Anna, getting back in is next to impossible. Because in the world of haute couture, silence from Anna Wintour isn't just silence, it's a sentence. And for Meghan Markle, that verdict couldn't have been clearer. Paris no longer belonged to her, not this season, not in that room. What came next? Pure, glamorous chaos. The kind that races through champagne-scented hallways and explodes in the group chats of stylists, editors, and PR insiders around the world. The morning after that icy Paris Fashion Week showdown, Meghan Markle woke up to headlines so brutal they could make any publicist's blood run cold. The fashion world had spoken, and its message was unmistakable. Anna Wintour snubs Meghan Markle. Backstage in Paris, the Duchess finds the city's doors closing on her. Balmain turns icy, and Vogue's reigning queen leaves Meghan out in the cold. Every major outlet from the Daily Mail to Page Six and even Le Monde ran their own version of the story. Photos of Anna gliding past Meghan without a single glance filled every feed, dissected frame by frame like a modern-day Zapruder film. Social media couldn't get enough of it. What was meant to be Meghan's dazzling return to the high fashion scene had crumbled into a full-blown PR nightmare. Paris didn't just witness it, it celebrated it. Inside Montecito, things reportedly spiraled fast. A source close to the Sussex Circle told The Telegraph that Meghan was both devastated and furious. She had believed her Paris Fashion Week trip would mark her grand return to A-list glory, not bury her beneath a wave of mockery and memes. Witnesses claimed she was pacing around her mansion, venting about unfair double standards and ruthless media manipulation. She was reportedly convinced that Anna's camp had leaked every detail to publicly humiliate her. And the timing couldn't have been worse. Just weeks earlier, Meghan had relaunched her lifestyle brand, a glossy blend of Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop and Kim Kardashian's Skims, hoping to reclaim her influencer sparkle. But after Paris, that comeback glow started to fade fast. The plan had seen foolproof reconnect with top designers, land high-profile fashion deals, and use Paris Fashion Week as the ultimate rebranding moment. But instead of glowing headlines about Meghan the modern style icon, the media crowned her Meghan the wannabe. Even her Hollywood circle began whispering behind the scenes. One stylist confessed to the cut, Meghan thought showing up in Paris would wipe away the Netflix drama and the Spotify mess. But that's not how fashion works. In this world, money doesn't buy respect, you earn it, or you don't get in at all. And as for Anna Wintour, silence. No statement, no comment, not even the faintest blink of acknowledgement. The message was loud and clear. Meghan was out of the inner circle. That silence? It echoed louder than anything Meghan could have imagined. In the ruthless world of fashion, Anna Wintour's silence isn't indifference, it's dominance. It's her subtle way of declaring, "You're irrelevant now." By the end of the week, the fallout was impossible to ignore. Vogue's official coverage of the Balmain show didn't include a single trace of Meghan Markle, not a quote, not a mention, not even a passing photo. For someone who once dreamed of being fashion royalty, that kind of erasure spoke volumes. She might as well have been invisible. Even Harper's Bazaar, a magazine often whispered to be friendly toward Meghan, barely mentioned her in their Paris recap. Her name was tucked away beneath glowing praise for Anna, Kim, and Gigi Hadid, like a quiet signal from the entire fashion world. She's out. And the memes? They just kept coming. TikTok lit up with side-by-side clips comparing Meghan's tense backstage moments to Anna's effortless calm. One viral post, captioned, "When you think you're the main character, but Anna Wintour walks in," exploded with over 10 million views in just 48 hours. The contrast was brutal, and the internet loved every second of it. Even Twitter, or X, as Elon Musk insists on calling it, turned the moment into a full-blown cultural spectacle. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Meghan tried to steal the spotlight, but Anna Wintour unplugged the lights. Brutal! What made it cut deeper was how personal it all felt. Meghan has spent years building her image, royal rebel, global humanitarian, lifestyle visionary, each step calculated, each outfit curated to perfection. Yet, with one uninterested glance and a cold, ignored handshake, Anna managed to undo it all in seconds. According to insiders, Meghan's team went into overdrive, scrambling behind the scenes to spin the story before it completely slipped out of their control. But by then, the damage had already been done. They immediately reached out to friendly media outlets, quietly suggesting that Meghan had been unfairly portrayed and completely misunderstood. One close friend even told People magazine that Meghan deeply admires Anna Wintour and has nothing but respect for her. But by then, it was far too late. The narrative had already taken on a life of its own. The internet had made up its mind, and in Meghan's world, perception isn't just reality, it's survival. Then came the fallout back home. Prince Harry, who was reportedly still in California during the Paris drama, was said to be furious, not with Anna, but with Meghan's own PR team for letting it spiral so far out of control. The royal frustration was palpable. He reportedly couldn't believe her team had let her walk straight into what he called a media ambush. One insider told the Mirror, Harry was upset that Meghan was once again in the center of public ridicule. He truly believes the press keeps setting her up, but not everyone agrees. Those close to the couple quietly insist she walked right into it. The tension between them, already fragile from recent career missteps, only deepened. Their once carefully crafted image of polished unity suddenly looked cracked for the world to see. Meghan's critics accused her of desperately chasing relevance, while Harry's supporters begged him to pull back from the constant spotlight. The brand that once symbolized independence and glamour now seemed to be unraveling under the weight of its own pressure. And for the fashion world, this wasn't just juicy gossip, it was a wake-up call. Behind the velvet curtains, editors started whispering that Meghan had broken an unspoken code. She didn't play by fashion's sacred rules. She tried to manipulate the system instead of honoring it. A PR insider told Women's Wear Daily, "This world is about legacy and authenticity. You can't just walk in, drop a name, and expect reverence." Anna represents that old school standard. Meghan underestimated that power, and she paid the price. By the end of the week, even luxury labels began stepping back. One Paris-based designer who had once shown interest in collaborating with Meghan's lifestyle brand quietly withdrew, citing a vague brand misalignment. The real meaning? They didn't want to cross Anna Wintour or risk Vogue's icy disapproval. The message from Paris was crystal clear. Meghan had pushed too far. And that, right there, was the real fallout. Because when Anna Wintour turns on you, the doors of the fashion world don't simply close, they slam shut with force. From Balmain to Chanel, suddenly no one wanted to be the first to stand beside Meghan. Invitations vanished, brand interest faded, and even the influencers who once filled her comments with heart emojis fell silent. This wasn't a royal scandal with headlines and palace statements. It was something far colder. It was exile from an industry that runs on reputation, image, and access. And once those are gone, there's no coming back easily. A quiet erasure, that's what it was. In the days that followed, Meghan reportedly spiraled behind closed doors. Friends said she couldn't stop replaying the footage, analyzing every frame, wondering what she could have done differently. One Montecito neighbor told The Sun, "She took it really hard. She wanted that Paris moment to be her comeback, her Princess Diana revenge dress moment, but in fashion form. Instead, it turned into a public humiliation that she couldn't escape. And the cruelest twist? Just a year earlier, Anna Wintour herself had publicly praised Princess Diana in a Vogue retrospective, calling her the embodiment of timeless elegance. The very words Meghan had dreamed of hearing one day about herself. But after Paris, it was clear Anna had already chosen her fashion legend, and it wasn't Meghan. But instead of Diana's grace, Meghan was compared to an influencer completely out of her depth. By the next Monday, Anna's Vogue team had already moved on, prepping Met Gala coverage, hosting power lunches, business as usual. Meanwhile, Meghan's camp scrambled in full damage control mode, desperately trying to shift attention back to her charity work and public image. But the truth? It was already too late. In the ruthless rhythm of the media cycle, perception moves faster than any PR plan, and Meghan's credibility in the fashion world had vanished almost overnight. As one British commentator, Riley, bluntly put it, Anna Wintour didn't destroy Meghan Markle with a headline or a statement. She destroyed her with silence. And in the world of fashion, that kind of silence isn't empty, it's fatal. And back in Montecito, that silence hit harder than ever. It was deafening. For Meghan, Paris was meant to be her grand comeback moment. Instead, it became a brutal reminder that no matter how many documentaries, speeches, or brand launches she creates, there are still rooms she can't command and doors she can't walk through. Because in fashion, power doesn't always shout, it simply looks, nods, and moves on. And women like Anna Wintour don't need to raise their voices to make their message crystal clear. The Duchess came to rule the runway, but Paris taught her a harsh truth: some crowns don't sparkle with jewels. Some come with sunglasses, a frozen smile, and enough influence to make an entire industry look the other way.